over here with her.
Oh, are you okay?
You want to play with her, Maya? Or are you going to take her upstairs?
No, I'm playing her.
Well, no, Daddy's working out.
I need to go.
Alright, so I want to work we're gonna work a lot of footwork drills today. So get back to moving left-footed, right-footed, stance, striking and moving. A bunch of the stuff that we just haven't done in class in a little while as far as specifics go. So first we're gonna do basic footwork, right? So grab yourself a square. We're just gonna do the box drill. So hands are up, everything good. We're going 3 steps to the front, 3 steps to the right, 3 steps back. Right. You can everything. Square, toes forward, hips forward, hands up. We're just gonna go for 1 minute, smooth and easy. I know you've done this drill plenty of times. All right, let's go.
Hey, you forgot to put our lilies on.
And time. Nice. Okay. So you're doing it already a little bit. So let's just flare the jab on top of everything to start, right? So I step off and lead with my jab, recover, jab, recover, jab, recover, jab, recover, jab, 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 jab. Right. So that first foot, just add the jab on top of it. Okay. All right. Let's go.
I'm here. I do. What? Are you done yet? Yeah, what's that guy doing?
Coaching.
Oh wait, what is he doing?
Shadow box.
No, what is the coach doing?
Time.
Watching.
Last, but not least, we'll just pipe that cross off there as well, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? First step is our lead, back step is our cross. All right? 1 minute, bro. Let's go.
You get 1 minute? Right? Go. Right. Go. Oh, no.
3, 2, 1, time. Nice. Okay. So we're going to cut loose a little bit, but first I want just footwork. Okay. So no striking involved at all. We're going to go 1 minute, smooth and easy. And I just want loose timing everywhere that I go. We're going to work specifically on step pivots here in a little bit. For right now, soft turns and changes in direction, nothing too crazy, right? Bouncing around. Really stay loose on the feet. And we're going to go for just 1 minute, all foot. Okay? 3, 2, 1, and go.
Time
And time. Nice. Okay. So we're going to take a look at the step pivot. Okay. And for now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at step pivot heading over, like stepping out to my left, pivoting to my right. So same mechanics as my basic footwork, right, as at least right now. So open, close, open, close. The difference is going to be I'm going to open, and then as I go to close, I'm going to bring that foot back behind me to make my 90-degree turn there, right? So it's still like lead cross, lead cross. I should still land in a fighting stance. The difference is my drag, my pivot off this front leg is going to take my foot back behind me and actually take me, for the most part, for today, or for this drill rather, precisely 90 degrees, right? So what we're going to do is really easy. We're going to create the same box we've been doing. So I'm going to go 1, 2, step pivot. 1, 2, step pivot. 1, 2, step pivot. Right? It's the same box. I'm still going 3 steps. That third step is our step pivot off the backside. Cool? All right, I'm going to watch you for about like the first 20, and then I'll join in for a little bit. All right, go ahead, go.
What you doing? You get out of it first.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticking with it. Carl. No,
And time. Very nice. Okay. So now if we start looking at the step pivot on the right side, right? So this is off to my left side. I'm moving to their right, squaring myself up here. If I want to start moving off to their other side, generally speaking, I want to change my stance, right? So if I'm on their right side, I want my right leg up the middle for most cases, and I want to be circling around them this direction. If I start working across that center line, then I want to actually be technically squared up to the opposite side, right? Bring myself that way. So that means I'm going to have a little switch step in here as I go to move. So we're going to start in our basic stance. My right foot's going to step through, and then I'm going to clear myself back. That's going to put me in my right-footed stance. So I'm actually stepping forward with the right foot and then clearing that left foot back in my same exact pivot. How far you step the foot's dictated technically off of what's going on with them and all that type of stuff. It's no different than our step pivot on this side, right? Like I can simply just pivot, or if I want to be cutting past somebody, like say in an arm drag, right? You make a step there. But it's gonna be the same thing here. The difference is gonna be, do I come to where my front foot is, or past where my front foot is? And realistically, it's just gonna be dependent on what's going on in the situation, right? The one thing that is gonna matter is if I step shallow, then I'm gonna like pivot back and around on this back side. I want to at least, at the very least, get to where this foot is actually in line, or at least in my experience, that's where I kind of want to find myself. So if I'm here, I want to get to at least where these toes are at. So the feet are in line. And then when I go to make my pivot, potentially I'm thinking about almost bringing my feet right past, or my one foot right past my other foot. So we're going to start with just playing around with that basic step pivot. So I want you to step through, pivot that hip out, and then go ahead and just switch your stance and do it again.
Okay. So pivoting off the strong side for a righty.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right pivot back.
Yep. And then you want to switch back into a right-handed or right-footed stance.
Yeah. For right now, this is all coming from right-handed. So you're going to go left foot lead the whole time. All right, so left foot lead stance, step pivot, and then reset yourself. Left foot lead stance, step pivot, reset yourself. Left foot stance, step pivot. For right now, all right? 1 minute. Go ahead and go. Beautiful. Nice. Nice.
I see what you mean. Where you gotta make sure that you're up far enough with that right foot.
Yeah.
To turn to make it.
Yeah, if you're gonna keep your weight in the fight, you know what I mean. If
Yeah.
I get weight out, right? Like so, let's say I'm left leg stand or I'm left lead, and like somebody comes in to shoot, and for arbitrary cases, let's say they're trying to like grab this leg, right? Well then, yeah, I can pivot out and just leave that leg back because I'm semi-retreating. I would still want to be heavy with this hip, right, to be able to actually like recover and get back into that spot. But if I'm moving and advancing on somebody, I'm trying to take an angle on somebody in a fight, especially in clinch range, right? Like I'm going to feed an underhook, like I'm fighting off to the outside and I'm going head pressure. I'm going to fight this way. Then I want to get in. I want to get close in with my hips in that point. So that you're absolutely correct. And I got to get at least far enough here so that this feels a little more natural and I have clearance for my leg.
Yeah.
Right? So let's just do this because you're looking really good. We're going to go left lead pivot and then right lead pivot, right? So I'm right into this position. I'm going to step right pivot. And then I'm just going to go back the opposite way, step left pivot.
Got it.
And so I'm just reversing that position. Right here, step right pivot, get myself set, I'm going to lead, step left pivot, and I'm bringing myself back out that way. And we're just working that 90-degree pivot, left side, right side, left side, right side. All right, go ahead and go. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Keep working. Fifteen seconds, bro. And very nice. Okay, so I want to have a little bit of fun using this step pivot as essentially like our first way to cut and switch stance. right? Actually, like in a fight, to move from a right-handed stance to a left-handed stance, right? And if I look at it from like as a right-handed fighter, you know, it's a good place for me to be, to learn as I get into a close actual fighting interaction, that if I'm going to work to the outside to work on them, then I'm going to want to work to that side anyway. So it's a good place to find myself where, all right, I'm switching my stance, and as I'm switching my stance, I'm taking an angle, right?
Yep.
So a really good place to be at. Like, oh, if you're going to switch your stance, why are you switching your stance? It's because I'm taking an angle to work to the outside of somebody. Oh, okay, that actually makes practical sense. So
Right.
we're going to work this is really easy. We're going to move around in shadow box nice and loose. And then when we go to make a step pivot, right, I'm going to stay in my right lead stance, move around a little bit, and then I'll step pivot to get back to my left lead stance. And that's going to be my like very distinct changes, right? And so I'll make that right foot step, turn, pivot. And now my assumption is I'm working on that guy's left side. I'm over here getting comfortable. And now when I want to change angle and cut to the other side of him, I'm actually working and changing stance to get back to there. And then I'll stay left lead or right-handed here. And then I'll turn, pivot, move, turn and pivot, move, right? So bouncy and loose, nice, easy footwork here. You can turn as much as you want. And then I want, when you go to make that switch stance, I mean, it's a hard 90 degree, boom, right? And then I stick in that stance until I do my next hard 90 degrees. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, brother, we're gonna go 2 minutes on this one, okay?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Good. Nice. Nice. Spend a little extra time in that right lead stance, that left-handed stance.
Okay.
Yeah, spend a little bit extra time there. Get comfortable there. You've been around long enough. Nice. Good. Float there a little bit. Float there a little bit. Nice. Get comfortable with it. Good. Now you can take that step out. There it is. Good. Beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Good. 1 more minute, Brian. And time. Nice. Okay. So we're gonna take this and build like a little bit of meaning into this. Definitely, especially from a sparring perspective, which is gonna be a little easier to train, you know, remotely without another body to grab onto and stuff like that. It's more from a striking perspective.
Yeah.
My Adobe Flash prayers trying to reboot on me. There we go. But that's as I go to make this step pivot. Okay, cool. So I'm taking my angle, moving around this person. What we're going to do is we're going to go into a like essentially jabbing out from there. So we're going to move around with footwork, Now I'm going to step pivot and then jab, jab, jab. And I'm jabbing off now what is the lead side. And then I'm going to hang out here. Now I'm in my right leg lead or my left-handed stance. And then I'm going to step pivot, jab, jab, jab. And now I'm in my right-handed stance. And then I'm going to step pivot, jab, jab, jab. And what I'm doing is taking that corner, you know, aggressively, right?
Yep.
Now, we can tie this in, like, and you can jab on the step.
Yeah. Okay. That was what I was just going to ask you.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine if it's there, right? And again, for you, that shouldn't be a problem. If I'm introducing this to somebody that's a little bit newer to footwork, I'm going to make the turn first.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang. Going to send that out. But yeah, man, if we're going to cover off of this,
Yep.
right, I can essentially just take that step. And then from here, same thing.
Right.
So I'm disguising my switch, right, behind essentially what starts as a cross, but ends up really being my jab on that. So
Yeah. You're defending the turn with the jab, just kind of until you can make that.
Exactly, right. And continuing that turn. So if you're looking at me and I'm squared up on whoever I'm fighting, it's not right me moving laterally. It's me circling them from here. So I'm going to go in. Right. So I'm actually going to make, what ends up usually being more than even a 90-degree turn at that point as you jab around them. Cool. So all footwork, no other striking for right now. All footwork. Now, when you make that switch, it's going to be jab, 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 boom, stay in that stance, footwork, switch, jab, 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 move around, switch, jab, 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 and then move from that point there. Cool.
Just jabs on the turn.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
All right, 2 minutes on the clock. Let's go. Nice. Good. 15 seconds. And nice job. Clean my camera off here.
I like that jab out turn.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good, yeah. That's kind of one that, like you said, I mean, we don't perfect it enough. You know what I mean? Like, you end up having to use it in sparring or you should be anyway. You know what I mean? Because you're supposed to be circling all the time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you're cutting, you're taking angles, right? And then if you can take those angles, but more confidently, precisely while striking, even better, right? Because then they're mind fucked at that point to actually process what's going on there.
Well, yeah, I feel like, and so many people in sparring just get so fixated on, I got to land strikes, and they just keep head on. Nobody's turning, nobody's taking angles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the first person that does starts getting hits.
Exactly, and then exactly. And then you start doing it, and then people realize, and they're like, "Oh shit, I got to turn."
I don't understand. I go to hit you, and then you're gone. Yeah,
Right.
Taking angles. All right, so let's keep building on this. I want to keep building on this switch step, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch gears a little bit and start looking at marching in and marching out with switching the feet, right? So today's like a lot about switch step positioning and stuff, which on the outside looking in seems a little tertiary when it comes to self-defense. However, you know, I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before. The more clutch my footwork is in all different positions and moving it forward, backward, left, right lead, everything that goes into there, then the less likely that I'm caught off guard in a real fight if my feet are in some weird fucking position, because I'm used to them being there, right? Which is really cool.
And you're way more exposed with your striking, with anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You feel you are more likely to feel in a position to strike if you've been spending some time playing with footwork. So
Great.
same idea, right? And that is just loading up my rear off of that. And my rear is going to switch just like it does off the jab. So I go in, step, bang, and now I'm going to come with a cross. So instead of 3 jabs, I'm going to go jab, cross off of my step pivot. So I'm in here, I'm going to step in, bang, 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 and then I'm just going to come right through with that far side cross. And then from out here, boom, boom, bam, right? And again, I'm working the angle. Boom, boom, boom. Big cross comes right off the backside there. And again, it's mixing it up, getting my power into it as well. So same exact drill we were doing, footwork. Now I'm going to step, boom, boom, bang, throw my cross, move around, boom, boom, bang. And I'm hiding my switch, right, with striking. And now following up with a big old lead off that backside, right? So we're just switching instead of that third jab, just jab, cross every time you make your switch, all right? We're just going to go 1 minute on this. I think you're going to have this pretty quick, all right? Okay. Good. So remember, Brian, take that off your switch step. So if I'm right leg back, I'm going to be punching with my right hand.
As you step forward.
Yeah, right. So I'm still making my step pivot. It's still all about that step pivot. The only thing we're changing is instead of that third jab, we're going to throw a cross on the end of there.
Okay. So
All right, let's see it.
here.
Step pivot. So yeah, there you go. Cross. Boom. Very nice.
And now.
Yeah, step left, punch left. Yeah, cross. Bang. Very nice. Good.
So when you throw that cross with the right, you're bringing that right leg forward, and now you've switched.
Now, not even, right? Because again, I'm just going to stay there. So if we look at this slowed down, I'm left lead, so I'm right-handed stance, right?
Yep.
I'm going to step pivot. While I throw my jab, I'm going to jab again. I'm going to cross. And I'm staying here. And now I'm right lead. Step pivot, extra jab, cross. Right? Now I'm in this. Step pivot, extra jab, cross.
Okay.
Okay? So the step pivot takes off that first jab. Same way we did it on the triple jab. Yes. So no stepping through on the cross. The cross is just the cross. You're already in that. The step pivot takes place on the jab. Okay. So right here, you're going to step right, punch right. Pivot. And now jab, cross. Boom. Now stay in a left-handed stance.
Right.
Same thing, but now you're going to punch left, step left. Yes, jab, cross. Boom. Now you stay left leg forward, and then you'll step right, punch right.
Oh, I see. Okay. I got it.
There you go.
You're pivoting on the very first strike.
That's it. Yeah, same as we did before. It's the same combo. We're just adding across. All right, now 1 minute. Yes. Yeah. Beautiful. There we go. Now you're in rhythm. Good. Very nice. Keep going. And time. We're gonna get weird. All right.
Yeah. I don't know why I kept thinking I want to step pivot on the final cross, but
That's all
it's at
right.
the beginning.
Technically, like you can technically do that. That would be a whole other thing. I'll do this to people sometimes. You've probably seen me do this in sparring, where I'll circle out. So I'll like circle right, circle left. Just to they start catching on to the fact that I'll jab out to my right a lot. They start catching on to that. So I'll let them overcorrect to follow me. And so then I'll go, and then I'll just go the opposite direction. I'm gonna go to circle out. That's essentially what you'd be doing in that, what you were doing there, right? Which was boom, boom. And then you're just resetting.
Yeah.
Right? And you're setting off to that outside, which fucking works.
Cross.
Yeah, really well. It's just different combination. That's all. Different idea,
Right.
different context as we get into that. So I want to use what we've been working on. So step pivot off the lead, bang, bang, right? And now we're going to get our legs involved, right? Now, again, from a sparring perspective, which is, what we're talking about since it's just you and I pipe off a roundhouse here really nice, right? So even instead of my cross or in unison with my cross, I'll actually throw that roundhouse on the backside. So I'm right-handed stance, right? I'm going to step right, punch right, step, and then now I'm loaded for a big roundhouse.
For sure.
Bang, right, coming right through on that backside. And then I'll recover back. I'm still in my left-handed stance, and then boom, boom, bang, come through with the far side roundhouse on that. So now instead of my cross, I'm coming with the same side roundhouse, right? And now, if you're anything like me, I mean, you've been in my class, like I throw my roundhouses with my cross. Like I stick them out just to shove it in people's face. So it still works pretty well in accordance to this, where I'm bang, bang, shove the cross, right? Set that leg right in front of them, and then come through with a kick. Yeah, and it's gonna work the same way on the opposite side. Boom, boom, right, to bring that through. So that's all I want to see right at the gate. Take it nice and slow to start, right? Because there's a little bit of a weight shift in here that I really want to get when I get my roundhouse set in. So I'm in step pivot, boom, weight shift, bang, kick comes through. Now I'm on the opposite side. I'm going to go step, step, bang, big kick on that side, step, step, bang, big kick on that side. Yeah?
Go.
Watch your
I'm
clearance.
gonna use my bag.
Yeah, man, hit the bag. Just don't kick the wall.
Mario, we need to build a house. Or a house. And we need to build a fort. Follow me. Follow me, Mario. You don't like
Guys.
anything. Run over there. I need a house.
Good. Reset. When you go off to your right, Bri, reset your stance because you're so used to being in a right-handed stance. So you're starting it really good. So on this side, and you're going bang, bang, and then you hit the roundhouse, but you're so used to being in a right-handed stance, you're landing back in a right-handed stance. And then you're just essentially doing that, which again, not the is different. So recover, bang, bang, crank, and I'm back here.
I got you.
And now I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Good.
You'll never be here. Jump, stupid face.
back. Good. Now your left foot should be back. There you go. Now, step, jab, switch. Yep. There it is. Bang. Now your right leg goes back. Right leg back. Right leg back.
Right leg.
Yeah. So now, yeah, remember, because we're switching on that jab every time. So break.
So I'm starting here to my lead leg side.
And then that means you're, so if your left leg forward, remember, same thing. We always we're switching our stance on the first punch. So if you're standing in a right-handed stance, that means we're going to work to your right side.
Okay. So I should be going this way.
Yeah. So if your left leg forward, you're going to work to your right. Switch stance and work. Switch your stance.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yes. Bang. Now your left foot back. Left foot back. Just square up on the bag. There you go. Now switch stance. Switch stance. Now you're working to your left.
So switch my stance as I throw that jab.
Exactly. Yes. There you go. Right? Today's all about the switch step. We're all about changing direction. Yes. That foot is back. Good. Switch. There it is. Yes. Good. Yes. Good. Beautiful. There you go. Now you're on a rhythm. Good. Keep it up. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Good, good, good. Good. Left leg back.
Left
There
leg back.
you go. Switch it up.
No,
Switch. Yeah, there you go.
left
Switch.
leg back, and then here.
Yes. Good. Right leg back. There you go. Nice. There it is. There you go, Brian. Very nice. And time. Beautiful. Right? It's all about that step pivot. You know when to place it, how to place it, all that type stuff. Okay? All right. So if that wasn't weird enough, right? Now we're going to make our switch, but we're going to switch into a cross. Okay? So what I mean by that is I'm going to make my step pivot here, but I'm going to step pivot into a cross. Right? So I'm going to step. Sometimes what I'll do is like I'll actually like touch out. Right? So it's more of like a tease than anything. And then I'll square out as it goes off to the outside. So I'm stepping forward into my cross, pivoting on my left. So I'm here, step right, punch left, pivot and punch. Right? So it's still my step pivot. I'm just tying it with strikes now.
Okay. Let's see here.
Okay. Boom, boom. Cross it off that backside. So we're going to step right, punch left.
Step right, punch. So I should be should I be in my normal right-handed stance to start?
Stance. Right? You're going to step right, punch left.
Step right, punch left.
Yep. Good. And now, as you pivot your left foot behind you, you're going to throw that right.
I pivot my left foot behind me.
So check this out. Watch. We're going right back to this, right? Boil it down to the footwork again. Watch. I go step pivot. That's my footwork.
Right.
Right, left. Okay. Right, recover. Right, left. Good. Now, we're just doing opposites with our hands.
So it's
Good. So watch again. Step pivot. That's my footwork.
right.
Step, left foot pivot. Okay, as my right moves, my left goes. Right, which remember this? This is level 3. Remember this?
Yep.
Right? So this is just all that is just that pivoting there, right? So I go, boom, step right, and now I'm gonna pivot. And as I pivot, I'm gonna throw my right.
See,
Yeah, but you're gonna pivot your left side. So we go here, step right, pause here. Now, your left foot is gonna pivot behind you. Yes. Yes.
Don't overthink it.
It's what, like, if you really boil it down, it's just a jacked up jab cross. It's still a jab cross. I'm just pivoting while I do it.
Yeah, the opposite feet. Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Good. Keep it up.
I need it. Take it out. Oh, this is a big bag. Check what? Alright, there again. That. Get this out of here. This.
Good time. All right, you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta work the other side.
Yeah, right? Is same deal. So now you're gonna step left, punch right. Right? So if your right leg lead,
Yep.
now I'm at the opposite side. Right? So I'm here. Step
Yeah.
left.
So before I was right leg lead,
Yeah.
stepping here and pivoting here.
Yep.
Now
Now
I'm
your right foot should be forward. No. Your right foot should be forward. Your left foot's gonna step all the way through with your right punch. Yes, and now pivot your right foot behind you and throw your left. Boom. Now we're playing off a left-handed stance. There it is.
yeah. Okay.
Step left, punch right. Beautiful.
Okay. And just come back to the left stance.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you want, I mean, you're welcome to now if you feel pretty comfortable with it, obviously I can tie these together.
Work it from both sides.
Yeah, and now. Beautiful. Yes. Nice.
Yeah, it feels very different punching and stepping with that opposite foot because I don't do it enough. You know what I mean?
And that's where that little switch stance drill, that we do 3. If you start tying that into like combinations, that's all that is, and it's another really, really, really solid place to start locking footwork in like really weird places. Like you can retreat and strike at the same time, like in a really meaningful manner. You can take angles in weird ways in a really meaningful manner, and it comes from those 2 drills, right? Which we started already playing with. So here, and then.
Yep. But like you said, your feet are never in a position where you can't strike effectively. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So the last thing I want to build to now is just adding a roundhouse on the end of that because it ties together really well. So now if I go out, bang, bang, I'm already loaded on that backside if I'm through that kick. So I'm masking all of my movement very, very easily and taking angles and cutting, and then also setting myself up for power punches. So like this could come through, you know, as I go to make this, you know, pivot off, I could come bang, big left hook, right?
Mhm.
But I can also go and set that up where now I'm just coming through with a big old roundhouse there. And so the same thing would work off this side, bang, bang, and now I've got this big woof, right, to be able to load through with that kick. So that's all I want to see. So take it slow, right? I'm going to go ahead, step right, punch left, pivot, turn through with a kick. And then now I'm in a right leg lead. And so bang, 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 be able to work through that way. All right. Just going to run this for about a minute or two. This is the last thing we're doing. Step right, punch left. Boom, pivot, roundhouse. Bang, yes. Now you're right leg lead. So step left, punch right. Pivot, roundhouse. Yes. Beautiful. Nice.
See, this is the one that feels the most awkward.
Yep.
Is stepping left and punching right.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
think about it, right? We're putting you in a stance that you spend a very little amount of time in. We're completely taking, you know, the majority of the footwork you've ever learned and throwing it on its head. And you're punching from like the back side. So the
Exactly. It feels like it's coming from way back here.
yeah, and it doesn't actually, like, if you look at it, it doesn't really go anywhere. And I think that's what messes with people the most is like, if I go to do this, right? So as I go in, like this is where I'm at. And when I go to step, like I don't really get that much further.
Yeah.
If I step with my right and through it, it's like I feel that moving. But it
Right.
goes like this, and the punch doesn't really get that far. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, it just feels like there's nothing behind it. Like there's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's one of those really nice and sneaky, and it's fast. You know what I mean? It gets in their way, and it's a little less than, you know, expected. And then really all you're doing is you're just setting up the rest of it. You know
You're
what I mean?
setting up the cross and the right, exactly, or the hook or whatever. Yeah.
Play around with it for a minute. Nice. Yes. Nice work. Nice work. Nice work. Yes. Yeah. 30 seconds, big guy. Beautiful. Nice. Good turn. Good turn.
Going that way feels a lot. I feel like I have more power.
Yeah. That'll be a good one for your back pocket for sparring, man. Yeah. Very nice. Give me one more. Beautiful. Nice work. Nice work. Okay.
Yeah, man, footwork is huge.
Yeah,
So
and that'll be even just working to that right side. Hi.
say hi.
That right side. Man, that'll be really cool in sparring because it gets you to the left side. You know what I mean? Like it gets you off to their left, which if you watch the majority of people that are in here sparring, we're such strong side players. You know what I mean?
Mostly right-handers. Yeah.
And so, you know, the majority of our heats come from the right side. So all of a sudden, like you set yourself up to throw a big left roundhouse, and that just like blindsides people all the time. That's why people get so caught off guard when I roundhouse them in the stomach with my left foot, because it's like a left roundhouse. What is that?
Like, how do you get over there?
That's a beautiful setup, man. That's a cool one to bring back to sparring for you. So
Well, I think that's why you are. When I spar with you and I fight you, I notice we stay in a very tight circle.
yeah,
You know what I mean? We're not all over the place. You kind of stay in a gray box, and it's because of the footwork, and you're always in a position where you're off of either foot. You know what I mean? You don't have to reset your feet every time. You're just always throwing something, and it just ends up being just a big continuous circle.
all
I've
about it.
noticed
Yeah,
everyone else I spar, we're all over the gym floor, like literally everywhere.
and there's pieces of that, because remember, a really good part of footwork, both from a sparring perspective, like competition perspective, and then also from a self-defense perspective, is controlling your space. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm the one pushing them backwards and I'm the one containing the space in a smaller area, then they're more likely to run into the environmental issues like tripping down, like falling off a curb, running into a table, backing into a wall, that type of stuff. So the better you can control the space when you're sparring, and then sometimes you just run away from people and make them really tired.
Well, it's like you said, you sniff out the people that are very strong-sided, one or the other, and then you just keep them on their weak side. You know what I mean? Just stay there. But I notice with you, it's, either side I go to, you're like, all right, fine, we'll go this way. All right, we'll go this way. It doesn't matter.
That's Jerry Page footwork, man.
It's all footwork, man.
It's all footwork. I love it. All right, let's do this. We'll do a little finisher. We're going to go 30 seconds, alternating knees on the bag. Knees and elbows. We'll stay in tight. So just smashing knees, smashing elbows for 30 seconds. And then 30 seconds of shadow boxing. And I want a lot of like step, pivot, switch stance during the shadow boxing. And we'll go back and forth and we'll go 3 minutes. So 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30 back and forth. So elbows and knees on the bag and then a lot of footwork on the shadow boxing. All right?
Got it.
Woo! All right, here we go, brother. Starting on the bag in 3, 2, 1, go. Very nice. Good. And shadow box. Let's go.
Shadow box? What shadow box?
That's what Daddy's doing right now. He's fighting shadows. Fighting imaginary people.
Looks like it's punching.
And back on the bag. 1 round down, 2 to go. Yeah, there you go. Elbows, knees, work that bag. Elbows, knees, work that bag. And shadow box, let's go. A lot of footwork, Brian, a lot of footwork. Yeah, moving around, circling, taking angles, light on the feet. Good, throw some legs in there without hitting your kid. Good, keep moving. 10 seconds.
5 seconds? I better go fast.
And back on the bag. Last round, Brian. Last round. There it is. Work that bag. Let's go. Very nice. Good. Stay in it, man. You got 45 seconds left. Good. Keep working.
You were working with me.
Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Shadow box. Last 30 seconds. Let's go.
Hard. This is so hard. This is so hard.
2, 1, time. Nice work, brother.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. You got any questions?
No, sir. Footwork.
Yeah. Okay,
All
man.
day long.
The 2 footwork drills that you know. So the standard base and then the crisscross.
Yep.
Those, and then start, like, one of the things that I like to do to start getting used to, like, tying them a little more dynamically into fighting is mix them into my shadow boxing. So I'll actually, like, I'll be cutting loose, moving around, boom, boom, and then I'll go, and just add like a 3-step in the middle of there. And then every now and again when I go, and I'll just putting it into those mixes where now, right, I'm adding just 2 or 3 steps of each of those drills into more of the dynamic shadow boxing. And then you'll start, little by little, it'll start to blend in with everything else that you're doing with fighting, and it'll start coming out in sparring. And then, like I said, really the coolest place, it seems very secondary. And, since it was just you and I, we get to play a lot with footwork. I'll tell you what, man, when we're doing, like, for instance, we were, training with Craig Douglas at that knife seminar 2 weeks ago. And the footwork is huge. You can tell the people that spent monotonous amounts of time on footwork when they're fighting over a knife and trying to draw a knife, staying standing. And the ones that found it very difficult to play both sides of grappling, which in a knife situation, you got to be able to play both sides. You really don't get to choose. So it was really interesting to see that. And then to be able to look back and be like, whew, there's all that, that Jerry Page footwork drills that I had to do.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, buddy. What do you think? How'd your dad do?
He's talking
Did
to
he
you.
do all right?
You do okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nailed it. All right,
All
bud.
right, man. I hope to see you guys back in the gym soon.
Yeah, bud.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We'll be back to regular in-person classes Saturday, man. So if I don't see you, have an incredible Thanksgiving.